Hello and welcome. You're watching Money9. I'm Sakshi Batra, and on this show, we talk all about markets and fundamentals and help you understand as to how to approach the current markets, which are sitting at record high levels. To join in to help us with all of this about markets, I have with me a very special guest. Mr. Kranti Patini joins in from WealthMills Securities on this edition of Market Meter. Good afternoon, Mr. Patini, and thank you so much for taking out time for us. When we talk about the stock markets, they have continued to surprise us throughout the last 1.5 years, constantly going to higher highs. And even today, we have seen another milestone being hit on the Sensex. It has achieved 59,000 levels at this point in time as well. And the Nifty is also inching closer to its 18,000 mark. How are you looking at this entire setup? Of course, there have been so many conversations about an impending correction coming, but every time the markets really go ahead and higher. So, what's really helping the market surge ahead, and how should investors view this?
Sakshi, one of the fundamental nature of the market is it have a habit of keep on surprising
Yeah.
everyone. So it's a surprise again, okay. But for me, because we understand the fundamental nature of the market, okay, it's not a surprise because always, as I quote, expect the unexpected in the market. So the unexpected thing is today the Sensex is above 59,000 level. So we can expect the unexpected nature of the market in the days to come. So one thing investors need to do, what is the strategy they need to follow in these kind of market is they need to have a strategy. Strategy is investing in this market in a staggered manner. One thing
Yeah.
investor need not have to carried away with what's going to happen, the correction. Of course, it can be inevitable at some point of time. Market need to take some breath that allows the new investors to come in again in the market.
Yeah.
So they, rather than waiting for the corrections, investors need to have a plan. Wherever the excessive profits are there, they need to book the profits. Wherever the valuations are uh, below the prices, they can accumulate the stocks. So investors need to have a strategy, go with the stocks with fundamentally strong with respect to their management. And also investors always need to keep in mind, go for the stocks with margin of safety, and wherever the excessive valuations are there, book
Yeah.
profit, and try to be on cash at least in their portfolio 20 to 30% at these market conditions.
Okay, understood that you must have 20 to 30% cash on your portfolios at this point in time as well. Now, I wanted to also take your comment on the sectors as well. We have seen that over the last one or two or trading sessions, most of the sectors have performed very well. But going forward, we have touched these record high levels. Perhaps the underlying bull trend will continue. Going forward from here, are there any particular sectors that you believe, keeping in mind that we are heading towards the festive season, is there something that investors should keep more eyes on going forward from here? Is it going to be consumption or autos? Is it going to be something from the real estate basket, which has seen some good traction? Because the metals, ITs, they've all performed very well. Pharma has performed very well. What is going to really take the markets further high from here?
Sakshi, one thing is, if you, since you asked about the sector specific performance is concerned,
Hmm.
IT is going to be the front runner. Okay,
Oh,
it's going to be the front runner in terms of leading the market. And also, if we see the headline news on the newspaper daily, auto numbers are coming down. But if
yeah,
I pick up my phone and call up an auto dealer and want to book a new automobile, the waiting
yeah,
period is 2 to 3 months, or some models is 5 months. So
yeah,
the demand is there, but because of the bottlenecks in the production supply cycle, okay, it is the numbers are not reflecting on the registration numbers, or sale numbers are not reflecting on the newspaper headlines. So I continue to remain positive with auto and auto ancillaries, uh,
hmm,
and try to avail every dip in auto to accumulate the stocks with respect to the stock specific selection is concerned. And
hmm,
also investors, as we are getting into the festive mode, and also what we are witnessing is a broad based recovery. What we have been discussing from past 6 months, the pent up demand is reflecting in the numbers that are coming, and also the construction numbers, the real estate numbers that are coming. So overall, these are the sectors we can look at: the construction, real estate, and also uh, infra. We cannot ignore. Okay, any good stock, fundamentally strong stock in infra also,
Hmm.
investors can accumulate in their portfolios.
Right. Also wanted to take your comment on the banks and financial space. We know that so far, they have not caught up to the rally that the Nifty has been seeing as far as the Nifty Bank is concerned. But for off late, we have been seeing a lot of traction taking place in the PSU banks. Now, even if we see today, the index is up 4% after yesterday's strong move of about 2% odd or 3% odd yesterday as well. What's pulling up these PSU banks right now? Are they going to come back into flavor? Should people start to think about the SBIs of the world to start to include them in their portfolios at this stage?
Sakshi, see, we continue to be remain positive with respect to the private sector banks are concerned. But with
Mhm.
respect to coming to the public sector banks are concerned, of course, the value buying is happening because most of these PSU banks are trading at less than their book values, and very looks the valuations looks attractive. But one thing one need to keep in mind is how these banks are going to perform in next couple of years is extremely important. How their NPS, how they are going to increase the credit growth. These are the crucial factors. Value we can see. Of course, value buying is almost important for every stock investing is concerned. But also we need to see the growth, how the growth can be sustained. When the value buying and the growth, both the combination matches, it creates wealth. So we need to, even though the value is there, we need to see the growth prospects, and sustainability of the growth prospects is extremely important in PSU banks. Some people are doing the value buying, but we need to wait and watch how the second leg of growth will increase the value for these PSU banks. That is extremely crucial for PSU banks are concerned.
Okay, understood that. Let's now move on to discussing some specific stocks since most of the experts have been saying that, from here on, it is going to be the individual stocks that is going to be extremely important to watch out for. You need to be very, very selective for your portfolios. So you've been recommending a plethora of stocks on our shows time and again, which have given sharp returns to investors in a very short period. Let's talk about some of those stocks even today. Let's first talk about one stock, Rain Industries, that you had recommended. The stock has given a stupendous return in a very short while. Of course, the monsoons have been good. The fertilizers and all of those things are something that we have been talking a whole lot about. How is Rain Industries going to be playing out further from here after the kind of catch up that the rise that it has already seen in the stock?
Sakshi, with respect to rain industries is concerned, okay, everybody thinks about what is this rain. I just want to give an interesting story. Rain means Radhakrishna Reddy and Indra Reddy. They are the promoters of the company. So they named this company as Rain Industries. But they are not into agriculture. Most of the people think that because since it carries a rain kind of monsoon kind of thing. Okay,
Yes.
what they are into is they are into calcining coke. They produces world's largest calcining coke in the world, which is used in aluminum and alumina. So since we witnessed a tremendous rally in the metal stocks, so what we witnessed in rain is, since it is also related to the calcining coke, related to the metal story. So rain industries have witnessed a tremendous rally, and most of our investors who we advised this stock in the month of Feb on your show. So the stock has risen nearly 80% from the time we advised this stock to the investors. So, but the spoiler for this stock is right now they have one subsidiary, that is Rain Carbon in USA, which brings tremendous revenue for this company. So due to the hurricanes in US and the continuous hurricanes which are hitting the coast of US, so Rain Carbon is getting impacted because of these hurricanes. So the stock came down right now. But my suggestion to the investors who entered at 150 range and all, they can hold on to the stock and try to exit at a higher level once the stock becomes a very fairly, once the stock is in a very fair valuation zone.
Okay, understood that. And the interesting analogy that you shared with us, that, what the stock is really about and what the company is all about. The name of the, stock also, you've explained to us why it is called Rain Industries. A whole lot of viewers will benefit from this knowledge as well. Let's talk about Subex now. Now, this is another remarkable stock that you have suggested on our show. I think back in February, you had talked about this stock when it was just about 25 rupees odd, and today the stock has not only doubled, it has more than doubled. 55 rupees it is sitting at the current level. So almost 200% of gains investors have seen so far from its peak levels as well. How are you looking at the stock now? Does it still hold value at this level? And congratulations to you for picking out such a remarkable stock, and all those investors who listened to you back in February, and investors, they must be sitting on huge amount of profits.
Sakshi, the recent commentary that's coming from rain industry and also the new buoyancy that's back in telecom sector will help the Subex to sustain the valuations. As we advised the Subex at 25, the stock has run up nearly 200% to its peak value. And congratulations to the investors who are hearkened to our voice, and if they would have invested, they would be rejoicing. But at present, our stance on this stock is they can hold on to this stock and wait for next couple of quarters results for rain industry. The commentary, initial commentary that's coming from the management is completely buoyant. So their artificial intelligence platforms and also internet of the things, how these segments going to derive the revenues for Subex is extremely crucial in the next couple of quarters. So we still advise the investor hold on to this stock, and any dip that market gives, of course the stock is strong at the range of 50 rupees, they can accumulate the stock at any dip.
Okay, understood that. And now let's come to the stock that you would want to recommend for today, which is that stock, and from which sector have you picked out that stock, sir?
Sakshi, it is Hemisphere Properties. Okay, it is again a land bank story. We advised this stock earlier on your show, but it's a follow-up advice for the investors because again the stock came down to the fair valuation zone.
Okay.
This stock is a land bank story. How the government is going to monetize the land bank of this particular company is derives the revenues for this company. We are waiting for the AGM, how the initial commentary that comes, how the monetization plan of the management to increase the cash flows is crucial for this company. So, as per our internal calculations, the land bank of this particular company, which spread across different metros in India, that is Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, and Pune. So these are the high priority zones in terms of the real estate property and investments are concerned. So the company can monetize these properties at various levels. The market capitalization is currently at 4,000 crores, but whereas the land bank derives much more higher market capitalization and it gives more revenues. So it offers a lot of margin of safety for the investors also. If I have to compare the intrinsic value of this company, so I advocate investors to buy at every dip Hemisphere Properties. Definitely, the stock can be a game changer for your portfolio.
Okay, understood that. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Mr. Batini, for sharing all these wonderful insights with all our viewers and these stock recommendations as well. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you with us on our show.
Thank you, Sakshi. Always my pleasure is mine.
All right, and then let's move on to see how the markets are trading at this point in time. Of course, it's a historic day. You have seen the Sensex at record highs, and not just that, the milestone 59,000 has also been achieved. 280 points of an addition, 0.5% of gains right here. For the Nifty 50, also, it's climbed very near to its 17,600 mark today. 70 points of an addition right there for this index. The Nifty Bank is in fact seen outperforming the benchmarks. 1.5% uptick can be seen for this one, and it has now crossed 37,400 kind of levels in today's trading session. 600 odd points of a gain, and most of them are being led by the gains in the PSU banking basket, so it's inching closer to record levels as well. and covering up all the underperformance that so far we had been seeing on the Nifty Bank. Talk about the mid cap and small cap indices, and you can clearly see that the gains are sharp here as well. When you talk about the gainers and the losers as well, and you'll be able to see that the Nifty 50 top five gainers will include stocks from the banking space, both private and PSU. IndusInd Bank has risen up quite sharply, 8% and odd kind of an up move. ITC, the heavyweight, is definitely contributing to the gains. All the ITC investors must be extremely happy today. Look at the kind of gains that you've seen here. Almost 7% uptick, and 230 is the level at which it is sitting at currently. SPI, Reliance Industries, back above 2400 mark. Then BPCL. These are the counters that are definitely supporting the markets move up high to these record levels in today's trading session. For the laggards, you'll be able to see that again, it's a mixed bag. Coal India is seeing some profits being taken off the table. Shree Cement also the same. The Tata Group companies, TCS, Tata Steel, down in trade today, and Tech Mahindra from the IT space is not really performing in today's trading session, dragging the index, and the index has also slipped into the red quite a bit as well. Let's wind up at that, but a whole lot of action is awaited on the markets. Last 2 hours of trade will be important to track because it is the weekly expiry day. Will the markets see some kind of profit booking, in the last 2 hours? Or will the markets continue to climb above and see a record closing above 59,000 on the Sensex or not? That's something that we'll keep an eye out on, and we'll keep you posted with that. And for that, you need to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us through our social media platforms and visit our website, money9.com.